Life is a journey filled with challenges, responsibilities, and unexpected twists. In this fast-moving world, mental pressure has become a constant companion for many. Whether it's work stress, academic competition, family expectations, or the fear of failure, everyone faces moments where the mind feels heavy and the heart feels burdened. But what truly defines us is not the pressure itself, but how we respond to it. Acknowledging mental pressure is the first and most important step toward managing it. Many people try to deny or suppress their feelings, thinking that showing stress or anxiety is a sign of weakness. But in reality, recognizing your emotions is a sign of strength. When you allow yourself to admit that you are under pressure, you take control of your emotions instead of letting them control you. Ignoring stress only builds it up over time, leading to frustration, burnout, and sometimes even physical illness. Awareness creates space for clarity. It's the beginning of healing and growth. It's essential to understand that everyone faces mental pressure at different stages in life. Whether you are a student struggling with exams, a professional handling multiple deadlines, or a parent managing family responsibilities, stress is universal. By acknowledging this, you realize that you are not alone in your struggle. It removes the sense of isolation and replaces it with understanding and acceptance. When you tell yourself it's okay to feel this way, you release the internal conflict that often magnifies stress. Acceptance allows your mind to shift from resistance to resilience. Acknowledging pressure also helps you identify the source of your stress. Instead of drowning in an ocean of emotions, you begin to see where the waves are coming from. Is it fear of failure? Is it overcommitment or lack of rest? Once you pinpoint the cause, you can take practical steps to manage it. Awareness turns confusion into focus. It helps you make decisions that are grounded in understanding rather than panic. This self-awareness acts as a guiding light, allowing you to navigate through mental chaos with a sense of direction and control. Lastly, acknowledging pressure builds emotional intelligence. It teaches you to communicate your feelings clearly to yourself and to others. When you're honest about your mental state, you open the door to support, empathy, and solutions. It prevents emotional bottling, which often leads to explosive reactions or deep exhaustion. The moment you say, yes, I'm under pressure and that's okay, you begin to reclaim your power. Acceptance is not surrender. It's the foundation of strength, clarity, and emotional balance that prepares you for the steps ahead. Balancing the mind and body is one of the most vital skills when dealing with mental pressure. Too often people focus solely on their thoughts, while forgetting that the body also plays a huge role in mental well-being. When your body is exhausted, your mind becomes foggy, your emotions unstable, and your ability to make clear decisions weakens. Stress hormones like cortisol rise when you're constantly overworked, causing fatigue and irritability. Taking time to rest, nourish your body, and move physically allows your mind to recover. A balanced routine of sleep, exercise, and nutrition isn't just good health advice. It's mental armor against stress. Your mind and body are deeply interconnected. When your mind is stressed, your body reacts, your heart races, muscles tighten, and breathing becomes shallow. But when you intentionally calm your body, your mind starts to relax too. Practicing mindfulness, deep breathing, or even gentle stretches can instantly create a sense of peace within you. Meditation, for instance, is not about emptying the mind, but observing your thoughts without judgment. It teaches you to slow down, to detach from chaos, and to return to the present moment. When your body finds stillness, your mind follows naturally, regaining the clarity needed to handle pressure effectively. Creating balance also means learning when to pause. Many people believe that constant work equals productivity, but burnout proves the opposite. You must learn to step back and recharge before you reach your breaking point. Taking short breaks, going for a walk, listening to music, or spending time in nature can refresh your energy and perspective. These pauses are not wasted time, they are investments in your mental strength. When you return to your tasks, you'll find yourself more focused, creative, and capable. Balance is not about doing everything perfectly. It's about knowing when to rest and when to rise again. Furthermore, maintaining balance requires setting boundaries, saying no when your plate is full, prioritizing your well being over unnecessary commitments, and recognizing your limits are acts of self respect. Your body will often send signals: fatigue, headaches, lack of concentration when you're pushing too hard. Listen to those signs instead of ignoring them. True strength is not found in constant struggle but in harmony. When your mind and body move together in balance, pressure no longer feels like a mountain to climb, but a wave you can ride with grace and control. Changing your perspective is one of the most powerful ways to handle mental pressure. Often, stress doesn't come from the situation itself, but from the way we interpret it. When we view challenges as threats or failures, our mind reacts with fear and resistance. But when we see them as opportunities for growth or lessons in disguise, the pressure begins to transform into motivation. Perspective shapes reality. What feels like a burden in one mindset can become a blessing in another. It's not always about changing your situation, but rather changing the lens through which you see it. Once you shift your perspective, the same problem that once felt impossible can start to look manageable and even meaningful. When you begin to see obstacles as stepping stones, your entire mindset evolves. Every person who has achieved success has faced tremendous mental pressure along the way, but they learn to view it differently. Instead of thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me?" That simple shift in thinking empowers you to act rather than react. Pressure then becomes a teacher, a force that pushes you to discover your hidden strengths, patience, and creativity. With this mindset, setbacks are no longer seen as signs of weakness, but as essential parts of progress. Even failure becomes a valuable experience when you realize it is simply feedback, guiding you toward a better version of yourself. Changing perspective also means detaching from perfectionism. Many times, mental pressure builds because we expect life to go exactly as planned, but reality doesn't always follow our expectations, and that's okay. Accepting imperfection gives you emotional freedom. When you understand that mistakes are natural and growth takes time, your stress levels decrease dramatically. You learn to adapt rather than resist, and flexibility replaces frustration. By embracing uncertainty as part of life's process, you build resilience. The ability to stay calm and focused even when things don't go your way. Resilient people are not those who never face pressure. They are those who face it with a balanced and open mind. Finally, a changed perspective allows you to separate what you can control from what you cannot. Often, mental stress comes from trying to fix things that are beyond our influence. Other people's opinions, the past, or unpredictable events. Once you accept that you can only control your attitude, effort, and response, life becomes lighter. This awareness doesn't make problems disappear, but it reduces unnecessary worry. It helps you focus your energy on solutions instead of suffering. In the end, perspective is power. It determines whether pressure breaks you or builds you into someone stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Staying connected is one of the most vital ways to protect your mind from the weight of mental pressure. In times of stress, many people tend to isolate themselves, believing they must face everything alone. This isolation often intensifies emotional strain and creates a false sense of helplessness. Human beings are social by nature, and connection is a lifeline for emotional balance. Talking to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, family member, teacher, or mentor, can make a world of difference. Sometimes you don't even need advice. You just need to be heard. Sharing your feelings out loud helps release emotional tension and brings clarity to your thoughts, reminding you that you are not alone in your struggles. Connection doesn't only come through words, it also comes through presence. Simply being around people who make you feel safe, understood, and accepted can have a healing effect on the mind. A supportive environment helps calm anxiety, rebuild confidence, and inspire hope during difficult times. When you stay connected to others, you gain access to different perspectives which can help you see your problems in a new light. Someone else's encouragement or wisdom can help you notice possibilities that stress may have hidden from your view. Genuine relationships act as mirrors that reflect your strength back to you when you forget it yourself. Moreover, maintaining social connections can significantly improve your mental health by stimulating the brain's natural feel-good chemicals. Laughing with friends, spending time with loved ones, or joining a supportive community releases endorphins and oxytocin, hormones that reduce stress and foster happiness. Even small acts like a kind text, a coffee with a friend, or a simple conversation can lift your mood and help you process heavy emotions. It reminds you that your life has meaning and that your presence matters to others. When mental pressure threatens to isolate you, these little moments of connection become your anchor, keeping you grounded in the reality that support is always within reach. Being connected also means being honest about your struggles. Society often teaches us to wear a mask of strength, to appear fine even when we are breaking inside. But true strength lies in vulnerability. The courage to say, "I'm not okay right now." When you open up, you not only free yourself but also inspire others to do the same. You create a space for genuine empathy and mutual healing. Mental pressure loses its power when it's shared because it no longer hides in silence. Every conversation, every shared story, and every moment of understanding builds a bridge between hearts. A reminder that together we can carry what feels too heavy alone. Building and maintaining a positive environment is essential when dealing with mental pressure. The spaces you spend time in, the people you interact with, and the energy you surround yourself with all shape your mental state. A negative environment filled with criticism, chaos, or constant comparison can drain your energy and cloud your thinking. On the other hand, a positive environment nourishes your mind, helping you stay calm, motivated, and focused even in stressful situations. It's not always about avoiding negativity completely, but learning how to create pockets of peace and encouragement around you. The right atmosphere can shift your entire mindset and give you the strength to handle pressure with clarity and confidence. A positive environment begins with the people you choose to keep close. Relationships play a powerful role in shaping your emotions and thoughts. Spending time with individuals who uplift you, believe in your potential, and remind you of your worth can have a lasting impact on your mental well-being. Their words and actions can help you rebuild faith in yourself when doubt creeps in. In contrast, negative people often magnify stress, leaving you emotionally exhausted. Surrounding yourself with positivity doesn't mean cutting everyone off, but rather setting healthy boundaries and limiting exposure to those who bring unnecessary tension into your life. Energy is contagious. Choose to absorb the kind that helps you grow, not the kind that weighs you down. Your physical environment matters just as much as your social one. A cluttered, noisy, or disorganized space can make your mind feel restless and overwhelmed. Creating a clean, calm, and inspiring environment can enhance your focus and emotional balance. Simple things like soft lighting, plants, or music can have a surprising impact on how your mind feels. Design your surroundings in a way that supports peace and productivity. For instance, spending time in nature can help you reset your thoughts, while working in a tidy space can boost your sense of control. A peaceful environment doesn't have to be grand. It just needs to reflect calmness and positivity, reminding your mind to breathe even in moments of chaos. Lastly, a positive environment also comes from within. Your inner dialogue, the way you speak to yourself, creates the mental space you live in every day. If your thoughts are filled with self-criticism and fear, no external positivity can truly help. But if you practice kindness toward yourself, you begin to build an internal environment of strength and compassion. Positive affirmations, gratitude, and mindfulness can slowly shift your internal energy from doubt to determination. The goal is not to escape from challenges, but to face them in an environment, both external and internal, that nurtures rather than drains you. When your surroundings, relationships, and mindset align with positivity, mental pressure loses its grip, and your peace of mind becomes your natural states. Focusing on progress rather than perfection is a powerful way to reduce mental pressure and cultivate inner peace. Many people fall into the trap of chasing flawless results, believing that only perfection equals success. But perfection is an illusion. It's a constantly moving target that no one can ever fully reach. The constant pursuit of it creates anxiety, self-doubt, and dissatisfaction, even in moments of achievement. By shifting your focus to progress, you begin to appreciate the journey instead of obsessing over the destination. Every step forward, no matter how small, becomes a reason to celebrate. This mindset allows you to feel motivated and grateful instead of overwhelmed by unrealistic expectations. When you value progress, you learn to see growth as a process rather than a single achievement. True improvement happens gradually through consistency and effort. Every challenge you overcome, every mistake you learn from, and every setback you face contributes to your personal development. When you recognize that progress is built through experience, not perfection, you become more patient with yourself. This patience creates mental space for learning and self-reflection. It reminds you that even if you are not where you want to be yet, you're still far ahead of where you once were. That realization alone can dissolve a great deal of mental pressure and replace it with determination and hope. Letting go of perfectionism also means freeing yourself from the fear of failure. Many people are so afraid to make mistakes that they never take risks or try new things, which keeps them trapped in stress and stagnation. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. When you focus on progress, you understand that mistakes are simply stepping stones toward mastery. They teach you resilience, adaptability, and humility. Each imperfect attempt brings you closer to improvement, and with every lesson learned, your confidence grows stronger. Once you stop fearing failure, pressure loses its power over you, and you start approaching challenges with courage and curiosity instead of fear. Finally, focusing on progress encourages gratitude and self-compassion. Instead of criticizing yourself for not being perfect, you begin to acknowledge the effort you put in each day. This shift in attitude nurtures mental peace and emotional balance. You start celebrating your small wins. Whether it's completing a task, improving your habits, or simply showing up despite difficulties, these moments of self-recognition act as powerful motivators, helping you sustain momentum even when times are tough. When you replace perfectionism with progress, you build a mindset rooted in growth, kindness, and perseverance. A mindset that thrives under pressure rather than crumbles beneath it. Believing in your strength is the ultimate key to handling mental pressure effectively. In difficult moments, it's easy to doubt yourself, to question your ability to overcome challenges, and to feel small in the face of obstacles. But true resilience begins when you start trusting your own power, when you remind yourself that you've already survived moments you once thought you couldn't. Strength is not about never feeling weak. It's about continuing to move forward despite that weakness. When you believe in yourself, your mind shifts from "I can't" to "I will find a way." This inner belief becomes a shield that protects you from the storms of pressure and uncertainty. It turns fear into focus and hesitation into action. Every individual carries an inner reserve of strength, often hidden beneath layers of doubt and fear. The problem is not the lack of strength, but the lack of awareness of it. When faced with challenges, people tend to focus on what they lack rather than what they already possess. But believing in your strength means recognizing the victories you've already achieved, the times you didn't give up, the struggles you turned into lessons, and the pain you turned into wisdom. These experiences are proof of your resilience. When you draw inspiration from your past, you build confidence in your future. Each challenge you conquer adds another layer to your inner power, reminding you that you are stronger than any pressure you face. Belief in yourself also means trusting the process, even when the outcome isn't clear. Life will always present uncertainties, And mental pressure often grows from wanting to control everything at once. But when you have faith in your strength, you stop fearing what's ahead and start believing that you'll handle whatever comes your way. Self-belief brings calm in chaos. It helps you stay grounded when everything else feels unstable. It allows you to approach problems with courage rather than panic. You begin to understand that your worth is not defined by success or failure, but by your ability to keep trying, to keep standing, and to keep growing. That mindset alone can transform the way you handle every form of mental pressure. Believing in your strength also means speaking to yourself with kindness. The voice inside your head is powerful. It can either break you or build you. When that voice becomes encouraging rather than critical, it reinforces your confidence and clarity. Tell yourself, I've got this, even when it feels difficult. Positive self-talk is not just motivational, it's mental training. It shapes your thoughts, which shape your actions, which ultimately shape your results. The more you believe in your strength, the more that belief becomes your reality. It fuels persistence, sharpens focus, and makes you unstoppable in the face of stress. Because when you truly believe in yourself, pressure doesn't destroy you, it polishes you into your best version.